Hello everybody. This is our second tutorial, which we will continue developing our model, our project, and we ended up doing these things as we did in the previous tutorial, and we will start inputting our inside walls as our second step. Now, what we will do, we will start with the wall command, and we will select the wall family or wall type of interior 79 partition 1 hour. This is pre-existing wall family that comes with the template, so no need to do anything from your side, just simply select it. And the height will be of the wall is going to be unconnected. When you say unconnected, it's unconnected over here as well. You mean it's unconnected to a level. You have to specify the height, and I'll specify it 3000. And it's very simple that we specified it 3000 because we left almost a 1 meter, 1000 millimeter for the ceiling and whatever utilities above the ceiling, from HVAC, cold water, hot water, and sanitary, that to go over the ceiling. So 1 meter will be good enough for this small space or this small office building. And we're going to specify the finish face exterior, and it's chained. We don't need it that much. And the join status is allow, and we're going to show you two ways of doing that, so with allow and disallow. And we'll go over here. Remember that the join status is allow, and we will go over here, click. You can see that the wall is getting out, which we don't want to. We'll press the space bar to flip it in. Pressing the space bar will flip it inside and outside, and we will go all the way straight, and we will connect it over here. And if you look at the wall layers over here, by the way, if you click on this wall layer and you go to edit type, under construction there is structure edit, you can see it's two gypsum board layers from outside and two wall gypsum board from inside, one 6 millimeter and one 12.5 millimeter, with a metal stud layer of 42 millimeter. So you can see that the 12.5 with the 12.5 is connected together, and that's because we said to allow the layers to connect together. Let me remove this, and let me show you a different way of doing that. Wall, keep everything settings as is, and we will say disallow for this one. I'll show you a variety of ways, and we'll come over here, click and flip it, go all the way straight to the east wall and click. If you look at it, you can see now that the different layers didn't connect together, and you can sort this out by clicking here on the wall, and you can see this icon. If you click, it say allow joining, and you can see that things are changing. So this is one of the things that you know how to control your walls together, and we will connect. Great. Let's do some we want offices over here. We'll create 4 offices, 2 at the left and 2 at the right, and we will do actually leave some space for the toilets over here as well. So we click on the wall, right click, and say create similar. And as you can see, there is a temper dimension over here. Can you see the temper dimension? I will put any value that I want, and then close. The temporary dimension also appears when you click on the wall again, it will turn it to blue, and you can see now it says from 2300. I want to zoom in just to understand that the distance measured from inside to inside, and there is this blue dot over here. If you click it, you can get it from outside, from the center, or from the inside. So it's from inside to inside. The clear distance is 2321. Click on it. You can change it, and I'll change it to 2100. Great. It's one of the techniques used to allocate your walls in the right way. I'll click over here, modify walls, which is, as we said, context tab, green one. We'll say copy. We will select the base point, it's over here, and we will select the second point, it's over here. It's using if you use AutoCAD, it's the same object snaps or O snaps to be used. The same thing goes over here. Click, right click, and you'll say create similar, and I will input a value of any value that I want to make sure that the inside to the inside, you can use the following technique. Go to align dimension, make sure to wall faces, so clear distance from inside to inside says here it's 2400. Now you cannot change that, but what you can do, you can click on the wall that measured, and you can click over here and input the value that you want. There you go. I can just simply get rid of this, and I'll select it again, and I'll copy it, and there you go. I'm doing, oh, there is a mistake over here. I should correct because I left it. Okay, I left it as disallow. I should now change it, because if you change it once, you can see now it's not correct. Yeah, we have to check the other one. So I did the disallow just to show you, and I'm actually left it. So it's good to remember that I should change it to allow the joining, because normally this is what would happen in the real life. Now, what I want to do, I want to leave this area for two toilets, two small toilets, one for the gents and one for the ladies. And in order to do that, what I'm going to do, I will draw a reference plane using the midpoint of the north wall, and I'll extend it because I'm going to need it later on. And I'll show you different techniques. I'll start with the wall command, and I'll choose the block work 100 as my type that I want to use it. I'll say edit type. Now, one of the things that we will use a lot in our course is we want to create duplicates of the existing different types, walls, doors, windows, toilets, whatever is the thing that we would like to duplicate. So, and this is a very good way, by the way, because we will leave whatever inside Revit 2020 there, and we will just create our own. So we'll say duplicate, and I'll make sure that's to 100, and I'll type chase. And why am I typing chase? Because I'm going to use this wall to create a plumbing chase for my model. So I'm calling that chase. And once I do that, I'll go to edit type, and I'll get rid of this interior layer of gypsum wall. I don't want it, so I'm gonna just simply select it and say delete. So we'll have concrete masonry units with an external gypsum wall board. That's it, and I'll say okay. Now you can see that what I'm using right now is the interior block work 100 with a chase. That's one of the things that I'd like you to know. The second thing, I can draw with an offset. and I'll choose 250. Why am I choosing 250? Because I want to draw or to create a plumbing chase of a 500. So I'm going to draw a 250 at the right, 250 at the left using this one. So I'm going to just to allow over here, so I'm not going to change it. And I'm specifying a point over here, but the wall will be drawn over here. So again, I'll click. As you can see now, it's a 250. I'll draw a random number. I'm going to change it in a moment. Then I'm going to go all the way back up until connects. So we'll draw to, okay? Now I'll draw another reference plane, and that would going to be a 900. I'll tell you why am I doing this. And this is, I need a 900 millimeter space over here because I'm going to insert doors later on. So I'm going to go click over here, right click and say create similar, and choose exterior. I'm going to go and do this. And as you can see now, I have the, I specified exactly where I want my plumbing chase. But there is certain things that I'd like to correct. I'll go to modify. I'll choose this command called trim extend to corner. I'll click over here. I'll click over here. And as you can see, it's cleared right now. Click over here, and it's cleared as I want it. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go with walls, wall. I'll choose the blockwork 100. I'm going to change the location line to wall center line. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to draw one like that. And this will actually allow me to draw the plumbing chase in the right way. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this wall, hold the control, select this wall, hold the control, select this wall. So holding the control can allow me to select multiple elements, and then choose the base constraint to be 0GF, okay? The top constraint to be not unconnected but to 3P. Okay, if you look at the 3D, that's the chase. It should go up all the way, and these are the walls. Great. Now since we have a similarity, we'd like to do the same thing over here. I will do the following. I will click, hold, and select all of these elements. There are certain things that I'd like to select, and the others are just selected because I'm using crossing. So I'll go over here to filter, or over here to filter, by the way. It's the same thing. I'll say I don't like to select grids or reference planes. I only want to select the walls. And I'll say OK. Then I will choose one of these two mirror commands. One called the mirror draw axis, and the second called the mirror pick axis. And draw axis would be a good one because I'm going to draw an axis from the middle of this east wall all the way, and the length is not important. And as you can see now, things are connected the right way, and all of the things that I did was created as I wanted. You can flip and you can see that things are connected as I wish. Great. Now let me do another thing. I want to create the elevator shaft and the staircase shaft over here in the middle. And I'm going to use similar techniques that I used previously. I'm going to draw a reference plane. And now the center or the intersection between the horizontal one from the east wall and from the north wall is gonna be the center of our elevator shaft. And what we're gonna do, go to wall, we will select which family. We'll select retaining 300 millimeter concrete. But again, we don't want it to be a 300 millimeter concrete. We'll duplicate and we will say it's a 200. Changing the name, you have to remember, changing the name is nothing. Changing the name is for yourself. Then we'll go to edit and change the thickness to 200 millimeter. Great. Say OK. Say OK. In the drawing, there is something called rectangle. Say rectangle, and we will select the finish face interior. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna draw again a random shape, something like this, a very big one, but I'm gonna change it just to show you the capabilities of the software. And I will do some dimensioning for this one. For this one, I'll do it separate because I don't want them to be together. I'll do that separate, not together. And the same thing goes over here. And sometimes I'll move them from each other. So I'm gonna click over here. If you want this to be 2,700, so let's do it. 2,700 divided by 2, that's 1,350. So I'm gonna click over here. It's a turned to be a temporary dimension, and I'll click it and say 1,350. Same thing goes over here. I'll click and change this to be 1,350. And if I want that to be the total of that, it's 1,760. So 1,760 divided by 2, it's 880. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna click over here. That's an 880. Click over here. That's 880. With this very simple method, it's a lengthy one, I made sure that the center of this rectangle is the center of the wall of the or the mid line of the east wall and the midline of the midline of the north wall as well. I'll select all of these. We're gonna change lots of things, and I'll say it's going to go up until 3P. I'll click on it, right click, create similar. And one of the things that I can do is I can click on the big lines and I can specify a distance, 1,500. And I can do this and this and this. And make sure that you are doing the right thing by putting dimension. It's 100% right, 100% right, and 100% right. So this is one good way to make sure that what you are doing is right by millimeters and very accurate. And if you want the edge of the wall, I can tell that the edge of the wall is not correct. I'm going to use this command called align. You will click on that. They are fully aligned together, as you can see. But assume that this wall was removed, something like that. And this wall was removed, something like that. Just to show you the capability of the software. We'll go to align and we'll click this edge and we'll say multiple alignment. And I'll click on this and I can close it or lock it if I want to. And I'll make sure that everything is aligned together and the dimensions are correct 100%. With this method, I'll go to 3D so you can see what we did. This is what we did. With this method, very, very important to understand the capabilities of the software and how can we use it. Great, go to the PDF file, go to tutorial 2. As I said previously, all of the tutorials existing in one single PDF file. Go to the PDF file, go to tutorial 2, go to the RVT files and open the tutorial2.rvt and repeat what we did in this tutorial. Thank you very much.